We're joined, Bruce Warner and I, by Randal Thrill Hill. All right, so Randal, one of the highlights of this past season at Miami was the emergence of true freshman receiver Malachi Toney. He was just 17 years old for like the first month and a half of the season, 1,200 plus receiving yards, 10 receiving touchdowns. He scores touchdowns through the air, on the ground, catching passes. What was your take on Malachi Toney's first year at Miami, and how much better can this young man get moving forward?
Yeah, so he had a great year, and he was leaps above what he should have been. As a true freshman, he was showing his maturity very early at the University of Miami, and in his career. With that being said, you have to be careful, in my opinion, when you have that type of success as a young freshman. Continue to do the things that have gotten you where you are, but you have to work even harder now because now people are going to game plan you. So nobody game planned him before, even though he started showing film, well, I guess positive plays in film early on in the year. But now people are going to be locked on. He's going to see more double coverage. He's going to see more over the top coverage. So he's going to have to work even harder to get open. And with that being said, also don't forget you're going to have a new quarterback too. So you're going to have to work on the dynamics, in my opinion, to continue to. Well, he's going to have to work on the dynamics, and the coaching staff is going to have to work on the dynamics to continue to have a productive season with him because it's going to be harder, and that's just the nature of college football.
Yeah, well, he may or may not get all the stats he had, guys, because look at all the receivers he's got. He's got the Barcade kid who comes here from Duke with Mensa. You've got a bunch of Josh Moore and Dre Jacobs and new guys and young kids. So the ball's going to get spread around, and he might not have that many catches, but he, as a decoy, or your game plan for him as a decoy, if he gets covered over the top, Randall, there's going to be guys open too. So it could help. I said last year at the end, didn't I, Alex? Use him as a decoy, because when you watch the film, he moves, half the defense moves. So, and they did. In fact, they did one play. They handed him the ball. He threw it back to Beck for a touchdown on the other side of the field. So he's very multidimensional. He's very dangerous. But yeah, he's going to have to work harder. I think he's got to get a little bigger and stronger. Do you agree?
So I'm not, because of his size, I'm not big on the so you have to work out. You have to make sure your ligaments and your joints are well tied together, right? But his superpower, right, is going to be a speed and quickness. And when you add a lot of extra weight, or if you add too much weight to a receiver with his build and his size, it's going to take away from his superpower. Mm-hmm. And you just don't want that to happen. Yeah, you got to make sure your joints are well put together, eating properly, staying out of trouble. I don't believe in any alcohol at all, and definitely no illegal drugs. But again, you have to. He needs to continue to work on his quickness, size. If you think about, I'm just not one of those guys that is big on size, because you cannot. There is no. There's nothing different. I mean, sorry, there's nothing better than having a faster, quicker receiver. So if you continue to work on that quickness in and out of the cuts, running your routes very crisp, I think you'll be fine. But of course, like I said, get in the weight room, do what you got to do, but don't overdo it. I saw myself personally go from a 4.3 to a 4.4, a high 4.4, because I started working out more. As a matter of fact, I think I still have the bench press record at the University of Miami for receivers.
Oh, wow.
But with that being said, I got a bench press record, but I got to get back to, Speedy Gonzalez. I got to get back to being fast, because that's what got me to where I was. So continue to work out, but don't worry too much about size and getting big.
Yeah,
well, what was your record? Do you remember?
Really think about that. I didn't think he's got to blow up, but I think he's got to maybe gain 6 or 7 pounds of muscle.
No, absolutely not. No. So
no,
no, absolutely not. For what?
I think he's too skinny.
No, for what?
He's got to maintain the quickness, though. I agree with
Exactly.
Randal.
He's gonna. You guys make it look like if he gains 4 pounds, he's gonna
No.
go do a 4.7. No,
No.
I'm not saying that.
Speaking as a former first-round draft pick, no, absolutely not. I have yet to see any professional scout say, okay, a fast guy needs to gain weight. Think about even like Lamar Thomas, who's a legend at the University of Miami, wasn't big. Hell, Michael Irvin used to joke around about he would come in and he would go like this. He said, "Yeah, I don't need all those muscles. I just need to be fast and quick." He would joke around about it. So like I said, get in the weight room, do what you got to do, but and you will gain weight as you get older and as you mature, because it's just a natural progression of your body. So let it come naturally. But no, I don't really think he needs to gain too much weight. I don't care if it's a pound or two. Stay quick, stay fast, because believe it or not, when you gain a couple of pounds here, a couple of pounds there, it really does take away from your quickness and your speed. Again, plyometrics is good. Making sure those joints are well put together, but not too much weight, even a pound or two.
Hey, do you remember what was your bench record at Miami?
It was, I want to say like 370 or 365 or something like that. It still should be up on the board.
I'll have to look for that. Yeah.
Unless someone broke it. And then also and it's funny because when I remember when I started gaining, I gained a couple of pounds and I lost some speed. Because I went out and by myself and with one of the coaches and I ran a 40 and it was like a 4.5 and I was like, no. So I really worked hard to get back down to a faster speed and ended up running track. And I know right now, currently I have the University of Miami indoor 55-meter record because I was able to get back down with my speed. Yeah.